Sponsored by Bet365.
Yes, well, welcome back to rugby.com.au. It is that time of the week again when we get Matt Dunning in for Tuck's tips. First of all, Tuck, thanks to Izzy for filling in last week.
Izzy filled in, did a great job other than picking the Wallabies. No, she did a great job and great to have you back, mate. How was Africa?
Yeah, mate, fantastic. Tough news to come back to. Obviously a really tough loss for the Wallabies over the weekend, but I guess upward and onward onto next week.
Yeah, look, it was a really, really tough defeat. The All Blacks were up 54-6 after 49 minutes, and but as the Wallabies didn't play well. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There was some 30 missed tackles in 30 minutes. They just looked outgunned. They actually started the first 5-10 minutes well, actually, but just outgunned. But the All Blacks were on fire. 1 to 15 across the field. Forwards, backs, interchangeable. Great handling. They hardly made an error. Just exceptional. And look, the standouts for me, the sort of two new guys, obviously played Test before, but Squire and Mackenzie, they're the two new guys, and we're probably their best on the paddock. We're outstanding. You throw in Crotty's performance, Sonny Bill. It's hard to single people out in that performance. The All Blacks were just clinical and awesome. I guess, looking from the Wallabies' point of view, the only thing that someone asked me at the game, what would Checker say at half time? The only thing they could have taken away from that game was winning the second half, and they did that. They were down 14-0 in the second half, and they ended up winning 28-14. So I guess the positive thing they can take out is that they are able to play football. They scored 34 points against an All Black side. It's going to be a tough week this week. You moved to Dunedin, a tough place to win, but Wallabies have got probably their best record of anywhere in New Zealand, although the record in New Zealand is pretty poor, is in Dunedin. So we'll see what happens this weekend.
Checker obviously forced into making some changes this weekend, Tuck. What do you think of it?
Yeah, well, I think the changes are good. I think they'll only bolster the team. You saw what happened last week when these guys came on and added something to the pack and the back line. So, look, I think it's a real benefit. The one thing the Wallabies is that there is no pressure on this team to win this game. They just really go out there and play well and do the stuff they did in the first 10 minutes and the last 30 minutes. If they can keep that up for 80, not saying they're going to win, but they'll put in a far better performance. Really looking this week, obviously KB, Kirtley was outstanding, and I think the longer KB gets with his side, the more combinations with Foley. I thought the combination between Genny and Foley wasn't as good as it has been in the past, but I guess that happens when they've been away for a bit. But KB, that linkage with Israel at the back end was great. So I think KB's adding a lot to this side. Not just his experience and his skills, just his attitude. He looks a different player these days. He wants this more than anyone, and I think he's at the peak of his powers at the age he is now. So look for him to have another big game.
Also checking out the All Blacks squad now, Tuck, talent all over the park.
Yeah, how do you talk about an All Blacks side? If you want to talk about the guys in form, you've got to go all 1 to 23. But for me, there was some big performances there. Squire, I've mentioned him earlier. He's outstanding, mate. He's a big man. Great mullet. I love a good man with a good mullet, and he has really got a Bogan's mullet, one of my favourite ones. But he showed some tremendous speed for a big man. When he scored that first try, he was outstanding. Mackenzie again, he was great. For a guy who's 4 foot tall, 70 kilos, ringing wet. He's a bit bigger than that, but a small man, outstanding as well. And and I also mentioned Crotty. I really liked his combination with Sonny Bill, and I guess there was a little bit of a question mark there. Sonny Bill and Crotty. Who's playing 12, who's playing 13? But gee, they look like they've been together for years, and Crotty's he looks like the man off the kid off the Mad magazine with his ears and his red beard, but he's an outstanding player, and look, I can go on all day, but it's All Black side, and it'd be interesting to see how they go for the rest of the championship. I think they're going to be short priced to take this one out.
Having a look at the odds now, Tuck, no surprises, New Zealand very short.
I don't think you can get much shorter in a two-horse race in this one in many respects. And look, this All Black side going back to New Zealand, as short as they were in Australia, almost unbackable. But look, how do you go past? Maybe some value on the margin, and I think that's probably the only place you're getting on the Wallabies or the All Blacks. But I can't go past this All Black side. If I couldn't tip the Wallabies last week, I can't tip them this week.
Yeah, Tuck, absolutely no doubt the All Blacks, mate, they'll be extremely hard to beat in Dunedin. But I guess, the great thing about rugby is it's a two-team game and one's got to win.
Yeah, that's it, Marty. You haven't said a truer thing ever. That's the way it goes with rugby. Look, who knows? The Wallabies have got, nothing to lose. They go out there and play the football they did. The attacking football they did, and then sharpen up their defence. Obviously the defence will be be a lot of pressure on the defence. Nathan Gray, the defence coach, a lot of pressure on that. So if they can tighten that up, who knows?
Tune in to rugby.com.au for the whole wrap-up from that weekend's game over in Dunedin. We'll also have the Uni 7s live streamed for you on our website. And if you are going to have a bet at all this weekend, do so responsibly.
Go the Wallabies.